Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy CMB checking in. And guys, before I begin, I want to send a quick shout out to the people of Nepal and to the people of Thailand. I just recently found out that I have viewers in both of those regions of the world. And you know, as long as I've been doing this, it still amazes me how people can watch your videos from all over the world. So I'm really flattered by it, and I just want to thank you guys for tuning in and watching the videos. But anyway, let's get into this, guys. We're talking Jake Paul once again. The fallout coming ever since Jake Paul was able to defeat Mike Tyson. A win by unanimous decision on Netflix this past Friday. Now, I'm looking at this tweet that Jake Paul put up today because a lot of us were interested in what was next for Jake Paul. He hasn't really said what he's going to do next, and I think this tweet gives us somewhat of an insight onto what his mindset is right now. So let me read it real quick. It says, "My boxing path forward. Building MVP," which is his company, by the way, guys. "The company will be focused on women and prospects and cultural events in any sport. Becoming a world champion." Let me repeat that. "Becoming a world champion and doing massive events along the way." That's Jake Paul, guys. And of course, the thing that stood out to me the most is that he is focused on becoming a world champion. Now, we know recently he was called out by a world champion, not just any old world champion, a guy that's on the top pound for pound list and who is an undisputed champion in Artur Beterbiev. Now let me read this tweet here that Michael Benson put out, and it says, "Artur Beterbiev offering Jake Paul a shot at his undisputed WBA, WBC, IBF, and WBO light heavyweight world titles on Instagram today after the Mike Tyson fight." So it says here, Artur Beterbiev said, "After 4 years, it's time to have serious challenges. Didn't notice your acceptance or rejection, so what are we gonna do?" So that's Artur Beterbiev blatantly calling out Jake Paul for a matchup. And Jake Paul tweeted this. He says, "Just seen this. Top 5 pound for pound fighter in the world calling me out. Ha ha ha, 4 years in and I run this sport." And in all honesty, it's kind of true. It's kind of true what he's saying here, because Jake Paul's only been boxing for 4 years, and here you have a guy, Artur Beterbiev, who is a top pound for pound guy, an undisputed champion, calling out Jake Paul for a fight. Let that sink in. Let that sink in for a minute. Now, how do I feel about Jake Paul fighting someone like Artur Beterbiev? Do I think this is a winnable fight for Jake Paul? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We see how well Artur Beterbiev, he's a very skilled fighter. Now, in all honesty, let me say this. I believe in his last fight with Dmitry Bivol, I'm in the camp that believed that Bivol should have got his hands raised in the fight. But despite that, I am happy for Artur Beterbiev becoming the undisputed champion. I don't think Jake Paul is on that level yet at all. You know, I think, you know, he needs to work his way up to somebody like Artur Beterbiev. But I do think he would take this fight. I don't know if he's going to do it right away, but you know, it would be tempting. If I was in Jake Paul's shoes, it would be tempting to me to fight this guy for undisputed, because you just never know what can happen. It's boxing. And he's a big, strong guy, and I think he really does enjoy the sport of boxing. You know, I like his dedication. You know, he trains hard. You know, he's just not, you know, been in it long enough to be on a level of an Artur Beterbiev. But I'm interested in seeing what he's going to say about this. You know, he hasn't really answered really if he's going to do it or not. But, you know, you can never say never. It's Jake Paul. You know, he's a household name. He's a cash cow. And that's why these guys are calling him out, because they know they can make a lot of money with Jake Paul. And I talked about that yesterday in another video where a lot of these professional boxers and other athletes were upset because Jake Paul's making so much money, but he made his own lane. You know, he carved his own niche, and he was able to be successful at it, marketing and promotion. Don't hate the player, guys, hate the game. But we'll see what happens with this. But I'm interested in knowing, what do you guys think? Do you think he would actually step in the ring with Artur Beterbiev? Do you think he's just going to ignore the call out? Do you think if that fight took place, Jake Paul could actually win that fight? Or do you think he'd get absolutely slaughtered in that fight? You guys let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.